Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing okay. Um, Today, we're going to talk about pressure, specifically about pressure in modern football and the three types of pressure that we have in modern football, soccer, okay, and how it has influenced modern soccer, modern football, as far as the reduction of space, specifically the standardized pressure. So, the first one, as I just mentioned, okay, the three types of pressure first that we're going to talk about. The first one is a standardized pressure. Standardized means or refers to when, in certain situations, in these situations, where our team is always going to reduce space, move forward, to make the operating space smaller. Okay. Then we have the spatial or zonal pressure, which is typically known as, classically known as pressing. And when we have the selective pressure, it refers to when we're going to press a certain player, okay? So as far as the standardized pressure, in these situations, when there's a pass back or horizontal pass, or when the opposing players with his back against our goal, okay, or there's a rejection, or in any of these types of situation, our team is always going to move forward and reduce space, okay, and press in a higher intensity. The spatial zonal pressure refers to when classically our team will leave zones free. So we're going to try to invite the team to go to those zones, and then we're going to press. Normally, it's on the sides of the pitch, and it's classically known as pressing. Okay, we're using the sidelines as a defender, for example. Okay, so the spatial zonal pressing will be the classically known as pressing, and the selective pressure is when we are going to leave one player, or it can be two, also free, so that he or she will receive the ball or will control the ball, and then we will pressure them because we have information that these players will turn the ball over. Okay, certainly normally it's done because a player has problems, technical problems, or he's not very strong in certain areas. Okay, so we're gonna, the selective pressure is normally we're gonna focus on that player receiving the ball, and then we're going to press. The classic example I always mention is an example by Jose Mourinho in the Europe League final when he was in Manchester United, where he did this against Ajax. One of the central midfielders, who was from Brazil, had problems, technical problems. He knew that if he let this player receive the ball and later pressure, that player would quickly play long and turn the ball over, because the Manchester United central defenders were very high, very tall, I'm sorry, and they were very good on aerial balls. So they would win all the first and second balls, and then the Manchester United team will organize after second balls, okay? So they did this and they won this final. So he gave in an interview, he talked about what was the plan for that match, right? So Mourinho is very contra-tactical. This is something that is very, some people criticize of him as a coach. Okay, an example recently was a Turkish team. I think it was Galatasaray. I think it was in the Europe League against Barcelona. They did the same thing to Araujo, the central defender from Uruguay, who plays for Barcelona. That he has more problems building up the game from the back, and they did the same thing. Okay, so I'm gonna show some examples of these situations. Okay, so standardized pressure is, for example, when the player here is with his back against the goal, okay, or when there's a pass back. So here in this both situations, he has his back against the goal, there's a pass back, and our team is going to reduce the space, okay? The goalkeeper here is supposed to move forward also outside the area of box, okay? Always on the strong side, wherever side the ball is in, okay? This is something that has influenced, especially specifically, I remember that I began to see it in the 2000s when I traveled to Spain to live in Spain, and I began to notice this a lot, how teams would play with a straight line, reducing the space forward always, okay, in these situations, okay. Now I didn't understand why or when they would do this, but after I began studying, I began to understand the game and modern game, okay. So this is one of the situations. Whenever there's a player with his back against our goal, whenever there's a pass back, our team in those situations will always reduce space, okay, forward, okay. In this case, the same thing. There's pressure on the ball, okay. Our team will reduce space, okay. Same case here, okay. Same situation, okay. Okay. Pressure on the ball, team will reduce space, okay. For example, another situation is whenever there are rejections, our defense rejects the ball, so our team will move forward, reducing space and stopping when the ball is going to stop or is going to be played by an opponent, okay. So this is the moment when they will stop, and they will always move towards the sides of the ball, okay. Not just run forward, but as we say in Spanish, bascular. Bascular means to move diagonally to whatever side of the ball is in, okay. Okay, and the last situation when there's a reduction of space, okay, is in horizontal passes also, okay. So in these situations, our block is going to move forward and reduce space, okay. Remember that now a lot of tactical concepts, because of the pressure and reduction of space, are still there, but they are not so important as before, because this is something that the Italian football, in my opinion, has not understood yet. Okay, it's very important that the pressure is more important nowadays than certain tactical defensive aspects. Okay, and also it's very important the way you're going to attack is going to condition exactly the way you're going to defend. So if you're going to play now with possession football, you're not going to be able to press, okay? And it's going to condition if you're going to be able to press. Okay, so this is related to the standardized pressure. Then we have the zonal or spatial or pressing, okay, which is the typical is leaving the sides free. So when the ball goes to one of the sides or the sidelines, we're going to press, try to steal the ball or not let the defender come out from that zone, okay? And with this, we can do it with a triangle or with two players, however you choose, your strategy, your structure or system, okay? This is very more common. A lot of people know it and know how to apply it and teach it. And the last one, as I said, is selective. Okay, and the examples that I gave, that I was talking about. Okay, so you're going to leave one player, okay, whatever player it would be that you choose, okay, and that you're going to let that player control and defend the players around him, so they have to pass it to him, okay. And once he gets the ball there, you would try to circle that player or press that player so he turns the ball over, okay? Because you have information that that player is limited or he does certain things that maybe it can favor your team, okay? So this is another strategy that we have, another tool that we have that you can use. And all these things are examples of how we can train during the week, okay? And this is, I think, most coaches or trainers now watching some of these videos on our channel are beginning to understand why we mean by trying to create your own exercises and tasks, because they have to have strategy behind them. It's not just copying. I see this a lot. I see a lot of channels, a lot of films, videos, which are very nice to see, you know, how other coaches train. And in some areas you can use them, like for example, finishing exercises. If it's similar to the structure or the movements that your team will do, you can use them perfectly. But in other areas you cannot, because this will depend on the strategy that your team is going to have. and your strategy is not going to be the same as any other coach. Okay, so I hope you liked the video. Please let me know if you have any questions, any comments, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay, take care. Bye bye.